Right.
Hi. Let's see if this works. Hopefully we'll get a few.
Yeah, we'll get they might watch us. I'll catch up. Firstly, sorry we're a little bit late, but as you'll see, we're both in like full-on mum Saturday mode.
It is Saturday mode. I was doing deliveries and I got stuck in traffic, so that is why we're late.
We're a little bit late,
and we haven't got a huge amount of time, so
we haven't not.
We need to do this quickly, but also it's just really important.
We're live in both our groups, so we're live in Scentsy Squad and Glitter Sparkle. Hence why I'm just trying to like prop the phones together.
It feels really weird, like looking at ourselves like doubled. We're like,
I know the last time we did this was at the caravan.
No one needs 2 Lisa and Laura's, do they?
I don't know.
Special.
We are very special. I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing.
Who knows?
But I've got a drinking Pepsi Max, not Diet Coke. That's all I had.
Look what she did to me.
I know. That's all she did. Right, we are here today to talk to you about WhatsApp parties. I'm going to let Lisa start because it was because of something you saw that these like came about, didn't it? But we've both done one this week, and it's both generated PRV and got us new customers.
And it's time to train you on it. That's when we get excited, once we get to do it first. Okay, so basically, Laura and I are both, you know that we love partying, we talk about partying all the time, but we're also very aware that a lot of you don't want to go into people's houses. People are still, like, there's still that barrier of getting into people's houses that still seems to be a bit of a problem. And we wanted to come up with, like, a bit of an alternative. So I can't even remember where it was, but I see this, Carla Hunter suggested 30-minute Facebook parties. So I was like, Lord, there's this idea, blah, 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 blah. Anyway, it ended up evolving because Laura set up a group. You set up a Facebook group.
Yeah, so what happened was I set up a group on Facebook, which I have done online parties before. I'll just put a little caveat to this. I've never had like huge success with online parties.
Me neither. Yeah, they've been right.
So, you know, I've kind of done a couple. But I set up a Facebook group, and exactly the same thing that happened with our SFR group. Facebook's got this like auto setting now where if you set up a group, it auto adds like, so I'd like go out and come back and I'd have like 30 people on like random people that were being added to this group. So I was like, right, actually, I tried to turn it, I was like, it's not going to work. Tried to turn it off, wasn't working. Anyway, so I was like, right, I'll do it in WhatsApp. And the first person that had like agreed to have one is one of my like really good hostesses. She has like a party every season for me. She'd had a coffee morning, and I thought, do you know what? She's a really good one to like do it with. So I said, like, I'm going to do it in WhatsApp. Like, is that okay? And she was like, yeah, absolutely fine.
That was how it all come about. So basically, don't worry about the how you're going to get the parties. We'll talk you through that in a bit. But most importantly, it's knowing like what is it and how does it work. So basically, it's a party where a bit like you would do on Facebook or a bit like you might have done in like even in person, but it's broken down into posts that you're going to share in a WhatsApp group in one night. So basically it's like doing an online launch, like when we have like new products launching, like summer catalogue, and we give you all those posts. It's doing that, but you're putting them all into a WhatsApp group in the space of like an hour at most.
And the whole like idea behind it is just embodying one of the core values, which is obviously simplicity, right? It's basically don't like overthink this or overcomplicate it. It's just a way of speaking to your hostesses or your customers, and everyone's got WhatsApp nowadays. Like, so like,
you could do this in Messenger.
Yeah, you could do it in Messenger. Exactly, you could do it on Zoom if you really want. Like, there's what I mean is like we're not going to talk about all the other ways to do it, but it's just another avenue to basically collectively get a group of people together that your hostess knows and share Scentsy with them. Like, it really is that simple.
It is. And do you know what the beautiful thing about WhatsApp is, which we hadn't really thought about until I think we started doing it, is because people are adding their friends, we'll talk about the how in a minute, into the group. You have got mobile numbers. And that, for me, has been the game changer because it's been the independent messaging behind the scenes that's been going on that has increased my orders. So how it works is, let's just talk about how it works. Once you get someone to agree to have one, I think you need to probably incentivize people, or you need to ask someone to be your guinea pig to start with. That would be like top thing. Ask someone to be a guinea pig. I think you've got
and that really, like I said, is what I done. Find somebody. I ask somebody that you know or you feel comfortable with, and like to do it first of all.
Yeah. Even if you think that, like, even if you say to them, look, you could invite all these people. They're all my customers already. I just need to practice. So that would be how I would get the party. First of all, we set up a group with the host. So my lady was Danielle, your lady was Tracy. And we set up a group, and I called it, I called yours?
Tracy's Scent Event.
And I called mine Danielle's Scent Event, because I actually messaged Laura and went, what did you call yours? So you can see this definitely was a joint effort.
And also, just think about it this way, like we've just done, once you've done one or two, Like, you've got the stuff there, and like, obviously you can evolve it over time, but like, once you've done 1 or 2, you've got the content there. So
It's easy,
going to be like, duplication.
So then what I said to my host was, right, Danielle, for this to work, there's a few things that have got to happen. Number one, you need to invite people into the group. However, I don't want you to invite anyone into the group that you haven't had a conversation with first. So I said, I need you to text people and let them know they're going to be added into this WhatsApp group. So she was like, okay. So off she went and she invited her friends. We ended up with, I think, to start with, about 18 people in the group. And I think 5 people left. So we were down to like something like 12 or 13 in the end. 13 in the end.
And just to add, I think she added about 8. And a few people left because basically mine. She's already had a coffee morning, and then these were people that couldn't make the coffee morning,
they were the extras.
Or that didn't live nearby. And then on the night, I only had the hostess and 4 other people, and then me. So there were 6 people in the group altogether. So don't worry if people are added and then they leave, or you don't have like huge numbers. It doesn't matter.
So then what we did was we agreed when the actual party was going to be. That was a really important thing because I needed to know that Danielle was going to be home, going to be able to be involved in the posts, going to be able to sort of G her friends along because she knows them all. Like all I'm talking to is mobile numbers at the end of the day, unless you're lucky enough to have a few of them have their names saved on their WhatsApp, but a lot of them don't. So I was literally talking to mobile numbers. So there was a lot of Huns and Lovelies until eventually you start to realise who people are and whatnot. So that's how like we kicked it off to start with.
Also, you could, again, it's totally your business, do whatever works for you, but I went onto Pinterest and I found one of those, like, guess how many scent circles. And so at the beginning, because you want people to hang around for the end, obviously, so I said, right, we're going to have a little fun game in here. There's going to be the opportunity for you to win some Scentsy tonight. So at the beginning, I put up the picture of, like, guess how many scent circles.
Did you do that at the beginning? Yeah. See, I didn't do that till the end.
See, and we haven't talked about this.
No, we haven't talked about this.
But, again, you could do it
in any way that suits you.
I put it in first and said, right, to kick it off, we're going to have a little fun game. Put your guesses in, and then at the end, we'll find out who the winner is, basically. So they all put their guesses
before
in.
that, though, before we did any of that, we introduced ourselves.
Oh, yeah.
Laura also did a little video of her
Backtrack
a little bit. She introduced herself and did a little video. She just recorded it and then posted it in the group. So I did the same. I did a little video just saying, my name's Lisa, this is how it's going to work. I told them that they were going to get 30 posts within the hour. So I preempted the fact this isn't going to be like one post and we're done. This is going to be, you're going to be getting posts from me every like minute, on the minute roughly. It's going to be busy.
And you want this to be like a concise event. So what we kind of feel is, again, totally your choice, but what we found has worked is, for example, I've now got another 2 booked in the first week of April, right? I'm not setting them groups up on purpose just yet because you want that momentum to be there. Yeah. So I've said to both my hostesses, obviously let your friends know that this is going to be coming, but I'll probably set it up like 2 days before, and then they can add people in, and then you're going to start to build the momentum. Like we said, we did a couple of introduction posts, recorded a video, but you want that, you don't want to be saying, oh, I'm going to do this in like 3 weeks' time, set up a group. People will be added because they'll forget about it.
Yeah, they need that momentum. So once we've done that, on the day of the event, I put another little post in there just to remind them. Laura did her game. I didn't do a game.
No, I did that. Sorry.
On the evening.
So on the morning, so the day before, I said, right, looking forward to tomorrow. I actually said, like, this is Tracy's party link if any of you want to have a look and have a browse, so they could have a look through the website. And then on the morning I recorded the video and said this is how tonight's going to work, because even though it's on WhatsApp and you can't go live on WhatsApp, you need these people to be seeing you. Like we've said all the time, everyone's got the same products. They need to get to know you, the person that they're conversing with. So on the morning I did the video, gave them like an hour reminder before, and then when the party kicked off is when I did the
game. So we have got for you, Jennifer Anderson put together some amazing templates, and then on top of that I merged them. I used a lot of real life images. Yeah. And I'm going to perfect the posts because mine were a little bit rushed. So I am in the process of putting everything into a Word document that you literally can copy, paste into the notes in your phone. Because once you've got it saved in the notes in your phone, you can copy and paste it from there every single time. And you can have an album of all your images, I think, in order.
And also, what kind of happened is I had them, like, generalised templates that, again, they're amazing if you haven't seen them, that Jennifer Anderson has created. They're incredible. But what I was starting to find is I was, like, searching through my customer group for some more images and actually you want to be putting like
real life images on your face.
If you want to post from your, really, all my posts were already past. I didn't write anything that night. It was all stuff that was already in my customer group. So if you've got you can use content that's obviously already from your customer group.
Mock groups that are already set up. There's a lot of like party groups that are already set up. You can literally copy and paste it over. But literally I did picture, I did mini warmers.
Yeah.
Showed a couple, picture of all the mini warmers. Now we're going to talk about big warmers, and I literally bunged all the as many pictures as I could. Now we're going to talk about flowers. Fragrance flowers were the biggest seller for me in these parties.
Easter collection. I actually shared the Easter collection as well because I was like, right, that's not in there. So don't obviously, like we said, you're going to be throwing a lot of stuff in there in the time. But if we've got a collection that's like going live, share it in there. Like,
you want to focus it and highlight.
Yeah.
So as the party went on, I'm now messaging Danielle saying, Danielle, I gave her a little prod. You need to be like commenting and just nudging people, and because I don't know all their names. So I was like, if you can get involved and say, and so she did. So she like tagged. She was like, hey Julie, you said you wanted some fragrance flowers. What fragrances would you like? Lisa, could you share the list of fragrance flowers again? Yeah, of course I can. Like that's how it then went.
How funny! I literally did the same. We haven't had this. We've literally not had this conversation. Tracy did the same because she knew that because she loves mushrooms, and she also knew that her friend Emma loves mushrooms. I know, but she put a picture of her mushroom warmer up and was like, oh my God, have you seen this? I don't know if you noticed this in the post above. You need this. The woman hasn't ordered it yet, but I have been. She said, oh, I'm going to get it like when I get paid. But I didn't know this woman at the beginning of the night. So again, it's built a relationship. She's saved in my phone and she's now in my customer group.
So as we drew towards the end, we're letting them know we're coming towards the end. These are like your last two posts, and then I did the game at the end because I said I wanted people to stay. So I said at the end I will be doing a giveaway. Yeah. So they stuck around. We did the giveaway. I made sure that like the winner as well was somebody like new.
Yeah.
I did not my host. And I messaged her directly. And then I said to them all, you are all going to get a personalised text message from me on WhatsApp in a moment, which I wrote out. And it said something like, hey, lovely, because I didn't know the name. Thank you so much for coming along to Danielle's WhatsApp party. I'm so glad you stayed in the group. If you need anything, please let me know. Here's the catalogue link and I'll be in touch. I'm not putting the order in until the last day of the month.
Yeah, exactly the same.
And then orders just started to trickle in. Trickle is the word for it.
Just to add as well with that game, I know I put it in at the beginning, but I put it in, they put their guesses, and then
you told them at the end.
And then I told them at the end.
Yeah, you can do it any way that works
for you.
Yeah.
But yeah, exactly the same. So just to let you know, like from that night, I got an order on the night for the Easter collection wax, a 6-pack of wax. There was another thing. My brain's gonna sleep. I can't remember.
The mushroom? No, not the mushroom.
Not the mushroom. There was another thing.
I mean,
I
sold about £150 worth of Scentsy in the end. And there's still orders coming in.
If you think about the ratios of how many people Lisa had in the group and how many people I had in the group, that's probably about right. So what we're saying is don't do it and be like, oh, I didn't get an active order, it wasn't a success. You need to think about the long game. You need to think about that relationship building. And it's another avenue for you to be dialing into your hostesses.
So what I will do, or have, this is my plan for the weekend, is to message each of them individually and offer them a free sample pack. It will be a very basic, like, thank you for coming to the party pack. Like, we're talking a product sheet and maybe like 1 or 2 samples or some scratch and sniff samples. And that I will do that. And then I will also put the link to my customer group for each of them to try and get them into my customer group. Because once they're into my customer group, the fact that they're in my mobile now and I can save their numbers, I can build relationships with them. Because that's potentially like, Laura's got potentially 5 new people there to build relationships with. 14 new people I've got numbers of to build relationships with. It's not always, like they say, it's not always when you sow the fruit that you sow the seed that you eat the fruit. It's a long game. Okay. So, one of them, now I've got an opportunity to go back and be like, Amy, you won. With your prize, I'd love to offer you a free WhatsApp party.
Yeah.
So now we go again. Now we ask Amy to bring her friends into WhatsApp and so forth. That's how networking works.
And people are going to be like, I'll tell you how it led to a coffee morning in a minute when we're talking about how to book them. But by the end of the night, it was just like, bear in mind, I'm sitting on my sofa in my pyjamas. By the end of the night, we were chatting about what we were going to go and watch on telly. Like, one person said, oh, I'm off to go watch this. And I was like, oh my God, have you seen The Bear? Like, I've been watching The Bear. Now, I know...
Just finished season 1, by the way.
Yeah, amazing. But it was just lovely. And I was like, oh my God, I'm literally sitting on my sofa. Like, it's... So don't... don't worry if it's not like I think what we just want to get across to you is if on the night you don't sell like £500 worth of Scentsy, don't be like, oh my God, I'm not doing it again. No. Because you absolutely should do it again.
And I think all the trainings that I've watched have said like they might do 10 of these and only 2 of them be successful.
Yeah.
But that's 10 attempts that you've tried. You still might get contacts and people that you can move into your workstation, add to your email list. This is like, for me, I feel like this is more lucrative actually than Facebook parties or any other type, even home parties to a degree. I'd rather people smelling it. But to have their mobile numbers means I can follow up
and maybe
behind the scenes.
Yeah.
That's where the orders started to come when I messaged people. And like someone said to me, I'm really sorry, Lisa, I had to leave the group. It was too busy. I was like, do not apologise. Was there anything you wanted to order? And she said, oh yeah, I'd really like one of those fragrance flowers. So that's how that order come about. And that she wasn't even in the group by the end of the night.
No.
So
it's about the long game. Again, we say that all the time. It's about the seed planting and it's about the relationship building. But how are you then going to book them? So keep it like super simple. So we're talking to both groups here, but if you're in Glitter Sparkle, I did talk to you about this the other day when I was walking the dog. But the next morning, I literally woke up and I was buzzing. I was like, right, I need to book some more. So I literally, while I went and walked the dog, I literally went through my contacts and I just kept it super simple and I just voice message people and asked them if they'd be interested in getting some friends together on WhatsApp and I can share some Scentsy with them.
And literally, that is the key.
That was it.
I will just add as well, some of you might be asking about hostess rules. We can't see any in the comments, by the way. Some of you might be asking. So for my lady, she hasn't reached an active order, but I think she'll be like almost halfway to active. So I will add it to an existing party that I've got. I will offer her either a 50% off item or I will offer a £10 free credit. Or if they don't get any orders at all, I would just give them a free bar of wax and say thank you for trying.
Yeah.
That you need to, because next time she might host a party for you. She might do it again for you at Christmas and end up with £500 worth of orders. So you need to keep people sweet for like actually trying for
And also, you can keep that party open for 3 months. So if you can obviously put that order through, attach it, and then you can keep that open because this is Tracy's one. The coffee morning was at the beginning of the month, and then we've done this at the end, and now she has got an active order because it's taken it over.
The biggest thing with this, guys, is that we want you to try it because I feel like so many of you say, I can't get anyone to party. This literally could start with this is where I would start. I would message your best friends and be like, can I add you into a WhatsApp group to do a party? And you all add one friend. Or add your mums or your auntie or your cousin or whoever. One person, bring them into the group and let's just let me practice on you because I guarantee it will bring you in some orders somewhere along the line.
And like we said, once you've done one and you've got the templates and you've got the video that's correct, I would still record. Literally, when I say how short the welcome video was, it was like, I don't know, a couple of minutes.
It can't be any longer than I went to send one and it was 3 minutes and it wouldn't send. Yeah. So it needs to be like under a minute 30, if that.
And I just said something along the lines of, hi guys, like welcome to Tracy's Scent event. My name's Laura.
I think it needs to be personal.
Yeah, and that's what I was going to say was like, obviously you're going to have the templates of your posts and stuff, but the actual video, like the welcome video, I would do that fresh every time because you need to personalise it to the person that's doing it. But I will just say this, one person, when I messaged her for a WhatsApp party, she actually came back to me and said, I'd actually like to have a coffee morning, please. I've kept meaning to come back to you. I had asked her for a coffee morning and she ghosted me, what people would deem as ghosted me. So I've gone back to her and said, do you want to do this? And she's actually come back and said, I actually really want a coffee morning. Like, I'm really sorry, I've just been really busy.
You've got to ask the questions, haven't you?
So it might lead to other things as well. It might lead to somebody coming back and saying, oh, I don't want a WhatsApp party, but I need to order, da, 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 da. That's
or I've been thinking about joining.
Or I've been thinking about joining.
That'd be a bonus, wouldn't it?
Yeah, so it's just another avenue.
Top tips as well to get like extra parties is on your stories, post about the fact that I posted that same as you did. Here is Danielle's party and I put a picture of the person that ordered on our shopping link.
Yeah.
And 2 people messaged me, they were consultants, but 2 people messaged me on Instagram, I bet the same person messaged both of us actually, and said, have you got a template for this? And asked, have I got a template for it? But that was, and I was like, no, I haven't actually, because I haven't trained my team on this yet, but as soon as I train my team, we'll put it out there. Yes. But that could be something that you could do that triggers somebody to go, oh my God, what is that? It just triggers somebody to go, what is that? Talk about what rewards they got in your customer group. Share, if they get an active order, blind me, I'd be shouting it from the rooftops.
It's that whole like herd mentality, isn't it? People want what other people have got. Like how many times, again, we talk about it all the time. How many times have you seen someone wearing something or eating something or taking a certain vitamin. I don't know. I'm just thinking things that are like prominent in my brain at the moment. But like, no, but it's right, isn't it? Like, people then want it. Like, it's that if you then share that people are doing this on WhatsApp, like, and they're at home and they don't have to do anything and they don't have to have people in their house, they might be like, hang on a minute, I want a bit of that pie over there.
But then it's also really important the nurturing that goes on before and after.
You have to,
it will not work if you just bung everybody in the group,
No.
put the post in there and say nothing.
You've got to prepare for it. Like, you've got to prepare. I don't mean spend days and days before. I literally spent maybe 24 hours in the previous 24 hours. But and even when it like kind of kicked off, I was like, oh, actually, I'm not going to use that. I'm going to do that. I'm going to share this. They can't see you. You're on the other end of your phone. So don't panic if you're like, you know, there's a couple of minutes where you're trying to find a post or trying to find a picture. Like, I'll be honest, at one point I was like, oh my God, I can't find what I'm looking for. But it's okay. So just, you've got to be prepared. You've got to nurture your host and start to build relationships with your customers. But it's just a really simple way of getting Scentsy in front of more people. And that's what you need to be doing. That every new week that you enter, you need to think, right, how this week can I speak to new people about Scentsy?
And this is like the easiest way to network because it's using what we know. Also, if you use WhatsApp and Messenger, they will boost your Facebook algorithm because they're all linked with the same company.
Yeah.
So I don't know whether you've noticed it, but I've noticed it more and more lately. Whoever I'm speaking to on WhatsApp, suddenly I'm seeing their Facebook more. They seem to pop up, or they're popping up in my customer group.
Yeah.
So these things will all help. And if you can get them new people into your group, you then can nurture those relationships. Look how many times it says that people are watching. Have you seen this glitch? This is something that's a massive glitch. Oh, you've got the same.
Yeah, we can't see any comments also, guys. I should have got my laptop up ready. I don't know.
Doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
We will
go back to them. We do need to go because in 9 minutes my son is coming out of his thing, so I need to go, but he's literally there. So we are going to go, but honestly, we hope this is helpful and we hope this has like sparked an idea in your brain to think, actually, I'm going to do that.
And that you can feel how excited that we are about this.
Oh my
because
God,
I feel like this could be a game changer for so many of your businesses.
I've got 2 already booked in the first week of April. And my goal is, like I've said, I'm just putting this out into the universe. I've never earned annual sales. I'm still quite a way away. This is going to be, I've decided, I literally just want to do one after the other, after the other, after the other. Like, I'm going to go.
But you can have 2 running at the same time.
Yeah.
Because you've got, they're just going to be in groups. They'd be like copy, paste, copy, paste. 100%. You just have to remember where you're posting things.
Yeah. But yeah, you could literally do these. Like, you could go absolute hell for leather for these and build your new connections for the new season. And then you've got all these people. Then it goes, then we go into the year. Then Christmas comes and all these people that didn't know you.
The work that you do now will impact your September, October, November. I know it feels hard right now, but promise you. Yeah. I remember, who was it that, I think it might have been Zoe Mulbright actually, that said all the hard work that I did in the March, the April or the May.
Katrina talked about that
Katrina,
one.
It all come into fruition at Christmas. And it just doesn't always feel like feels hard now, but you've just got to stick with it. You've just got to dig in and keep doing
planting those seeds, building those relationships, and we promise you it will come. But we wanted to do this now while we were like buzzing and excited about it, fresh from this week. We will share like templates, all the stuff that
templates are coming next.
They come in. But just keep it simple. Our biggest tip from today is to take away. Go and book some. Like, go and get some 30-minute slots in people's diaries, your diaries, whatever works. And then, and then just go from there. And we've got everything to help you do it. Right. We hope it's helpful.
Bye, guys.
Enjoy the
Have a good
sunshine.
Saturday. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.